Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're actually going to be talking about HBAR as well as XRP. HBAR seems to be breaking out of its channel. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be addressing a little bit of some concerns that I personally have with it and why I don't think that this breakout is too significant overall. And let's just jump into it and let's talk about these assets. Let's talk about what's happened throughout the market as well. So let's refresh and let's look at what's happened. So we are still up about or I should say we're still sitting around the $2.54 trillion market cap, sitting about 2.15 or 14% up now. We do see Bitcoin still ranging around the 64K mark. Nothing too crazy within that aspect. Overall, until we see some major breakout event over the all-time high, I'm not going to get too excited. I see a lot of people kind of flipping, extremely bullish overall. But I'm not going to be, extremely bullish just yet. Don't get me wrong, I'm still bullish and I'm not bearish or anything like that. I'm just like, I'm not euphoric or anything like that. Until we see, a decrease in Bitcoin dominance while Bitcoin is ranging to the all-time highs plus, that's where we really get excited, because right now all of our altcoins are not doing too much movement. We see dominance up at currently 47.6%. On the 24-hour span, most altcoins are kind of just ranging on. We do see here HBAR still sitting around almost 9.30% exact on the 24-hour. Most altcoins are kind of doing similar moves, nothing too crazy overall. On the 7-day span, we do see a lot of altcoins kind of up a little bit more than most altcoins. For an example, here we go. So there we go, 38%, 27%, 26%, and so forth. So overall, a lot of these altcoins are kind of performing fairly well on the 7-day span, but on the 24-hour, there's not too much movement. And you guys might be wondering, well, why isn't there a lot of movement? Because Bitcoin is ranging even higher now. First off, Bitcoin has broken out of my key wedge here, which was around this point here at around 63K. So I'm fairly happy about that. Right now we are still hitting some resistance up here on the daily span. We're hitting resistance around the 64.3K point. On the micro level, we could actually kind of see that resistance being tested 3 times here as well. On the 2-hour span, we could kind of see that being tested 4 times. On the 1 hour, we could actually see that being tested multiple times. So right now, that is a lot of resistance for Bitcoin to kind of break out of. Of course, the volume is diminishing here, so it is getting a little bit weaker. Does it mean that we're going to have a pullback? No, it doesn't really mean that, but overall, it just means that the volume is a little bit weaker here, while we are kind of just ranging a little bit sideways. Now, again, we'll probably do something similar to this move here. Sorry, let me get my bars graph. We'll probably do something similar to this. Before we kind of get that nice breakout point, we'll probably, do something similar to, something along these lines. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So probably something like this before we get that breakout of the all-time high. We'll probably just range down a little bit lower, possibly even retest a major support. Don't know what that major support is yet, but on the micro level, we can kind of see that there is quite a bit of support around the 60.8K point. Also around the 61.3K point. So somewhere around that range is not too bad of a retest. We could even just retest 63K, as we do know that that was major resistance, but also it is a little bit of support. 62.4K is also major support as well. So somewhere around there, a little bit of a retest point, nothing too crazy. It's just us ranging sideways, and then we'll obviously go higher and kind of, top out somewhere on Bitcoin. Who knows where that topping point will be? I know a lot of people call them for some high targets. I'm personally sticking to my conservative targets on Bitcoin at around the 75 to 95K point. I know that a lot of people don't like to hear that, and they think that we need to go much higher for HBAR and XRP to hit some high targets, but that is not the case. It just allows a lot more capital to be in the market. Now, also within Bitcoin kind of ranging higher, the reason why your altcoins are not, pumping while, Bitcoin is, it's because Bitcoin dominance is fairly high, still sitting around 47.3%. We did hit a little bit of a high up here at 47.45%. That is fairly high on Bitcoin dominance. That is actually the highest point that we've been at since going all the way back to July 26th, which was at that point where we really kind of were at that point where Bitcoin was getting a lot more traction than most altcoins. If we go back to July 26th, you can kind of see July 26th, here we go. Here's where Bitcoin was really kind of pumping out of its bottom channel. We've actually seen that it made a little bit of a high here at 40.5K. That's where that dominance levels actually do come from. So that's fairly reasonable to say the least. And that is a fairly high pinpoint. Now, of course, in regards to Bitcoin dominance, what I'm watching for personally is just us kind of just range on throughout this point, maybe even top out somewhere around 50% and so forth. But I'm watching this fairly closely as well, because this does tell us where we will get that alt season run. For an example, if you do want alts to run, you want Bitcoin dominance to, sort of drop while Bitcoin kind of just stays stable. That will allow for an increase on your altcoins. Really getting that nice, alt season itself is where you see Bitcoin dominance kind of crash. We could actually kind of address that real quick, going all the way back to 2017, 2018. So first off, here's that nice pump for May. This is where a lot of our altcoins were pumping. Now, I just want you guys to understand the correlation here. This is May 3rd, so we were declining. Again, if we go back to May 3rd, so May 3rd was around this point where we were pretty much increasing on Bitcoin, but it wasn't much, but it was just enough for altcoins to really kind of go a little bit higher in price. So they did move significantly during that time. Now here is 2017, so Bitcoin pretty much dropping all the way down. Bitcoin didn't really top until around the end of December or the middle of December. So of course Bitcoin was still pumping during this time, and that's what we want to see, right? Now, the main concerning factor with a lot of altcoins right now, a lot of people are watching HBAR, a lot of people are watching XRP, and trust me, I am as well, but we are seeing a little bit of a flatlined volume on the total altcoin market cap. Now, I'm watching this closely as well, if we could retest about the high of $1.367 trillion so that we could range higher and even retest the all-time high, sitting up about $1.5 trillion. That's what I'm watching for personally on the altcoin market cap. Now again, this is still in its cup and handle formation on the weekly chart. If we look at that, we can kind of see that. Let me take off all the drawings. So here's that cup and handle formation that is still on this chart. We have the nice cup. Here's the handle. This is still going to range higher. I still believe that, especially on the weekly chart. By November, we should be breaking out of this channel on the all-time high, sitting at about almost $1.5 trillion exact. So that is what I'm personally waiting for. And while we do that, that's where we will see a lot of money flowing through the alts. Now, the best thing about HBAR right now is that we are breaking above this resistance. I personally want to see us kind of test higher and break above 42 cents and actually regain some strength up there. Maybe even find some support around 42 cents. We did see this similar candle move on, the 14th of August, or the 14th of October, not August, as well as the 15th of October. Now, of course, we did retest lower down at 33 cents if this was broken. So anybody who is still waiting to buy into HBAR, we could be seeing a little bit of a buy point down at around 33 cents if you wanted to. Again, I've been calling for 33 cents as being a main buying point this entire time. Of course, I had solid buys down here, but those were not met. We got invalidated on Bitcoin actually dropping and retesting lower as we did break out of that higher channel. But right now we are in a fairly good demand zone going all the way back to around March. This is where we hit that previous all-time high. So this is fairly good to see. And also, I just want to say right now, HBAR looks very bullish compared to most altcoins right now, especially when we're looking at something like XRP. Right now, the HBAR Bitcoin price chart looks like it's getting some strength. Looks like it is sort of, bouncing off this major support zone, and it made a new little bit of a support down here at about 575 sats, which is still similar, or I should say close to a few, levels that we've seen in the past. So it was still around that point where we would see that nice reversal. Now, what I want to see on this chart personally is us to actually break around the 638 sat level and break higher and retest maybe 679 and gain some support there. That's personally what I would want to see on the Bitcoin price chart for HBAR, because that will also allow us to go much higher on the USD pair. That's where we pretty much retest 42 cents, possibly even 46 cents. So right now, the main point to watch for on the Bitcoin pair is 679 with a possible flip of support at the 714 sat level. And of course, I do have this level or this rectangle labeled on the Bitcoin price chart for, the parabolic moves on the USD pair, which I think that we will see this around the November-December timeframe still. Now, with that being said, HBAR is still extremely bullish in regards to price action on the USD pair. I'm watching this actually kind of play out. I'm going to be watching this today. Could be very, very good if we could break above 42 cents and continue higher. That would be very bullish. Now, XRP is a little bit different. So XRP has been still ranging on in this nice, channel formation. A lot of, the volume is still in a decreased fashion. The Bitcoin price chart for it does not look too good, but it looks like we are bottoming out at some major support, and that major support is around the 1696 sat level. If we could actually get a strong reversal here and break above the 1885 sat level, which is around here. Now, a lot of you might be wondering what, there's no resistance here or anything. On the micro level there is, but overall the main point of solid resistance is around this point at about 1879 or 1872, sorry. But I really kind of just want us to break above this falling channel. Mainly this is where the most resistance is, somewhere around here or even up in this channel up here at about 2016. So what I'm watching for right now is just a lot more strength on the Bitcoin pair for XRP to actually see that strength flow over to the USD chart, because they do move in a cohesive fashion. So I am watching XRP closely, but my eyes right now are currently on HBAR. My eyes are glued to the HBAR price chart. I'm not dead set sold on HBAR continuing this massive parabolic move, because first off, we're still waiting on Bitcoin to go to the all-time high. And if you are waiting on Bitcoin to go to the all-time high while dominance is as high as it is right now, you could almost guarantee that your alts will drop in price, because that's usually what happens, right? As Bitcoin dominance increases and Bitcoin increases, alts usually decrease in price. Same kind of goes for, if Bitcoin dominance increases and Bitcoin actually decreases, they drop faster. And the same goes for, if Bitcoin dominance is increasing and Bitcoin is stable, most altcoins will kind of stay stable. That's where you kind of really want to accumulate. So until these stabilize, I wouldn't be buying altcoins right now. I just don't think that this is a buyer's market just yet for alts. Mainly, we're just watching Bitcoin closely right here and currently. So overall, to kind of clarify, yes, I think that HBAR is breaking out. Do I think that it's going to be a sustainable pump? Most likely not. We have to watch it to see if that's going to be validated or invalidated. But overall, I'm fairly happy with the price action so far throughout a lot of the markets. I am watching the altcoin market cap very closely as we do range out through this week. I really want this to kind of just range sideways a little bit, and then we get that nasty jump in price and pretty much pump out of the $1.5 trillion mark. So keep a close eye out on the $1.5 trillion level on the altcoin market cap. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on. If you guys don't want free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are. Just people with this Nick. Peace out, guys.